Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Maxwell and this is World of Tanks Generals, the new game by Wargaming that's just entered closed beta. It is a browser based and probably going to be a phone and tablet based game that is a collectible card game, a lot like the success of Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering and other such games. This one is coming hot on the heels and hopefully going to be a contender. So it is a collectible card game based on a small-scale battle arena. It is going to be PvP based. And I did do a lot of content for Hearthstone when that first came out. I did deck guides and play guides and everything like that. And they seem fairly popular, so the plan is to do various deck guides for this game. What I thought I'd do first off is do a very quick getting started tutorial, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to go through the basic tutorial so you guys can see what the game is all about and get you a good overview of the game to see if you'd like it. It is in closed beta at the moment, so not everybody can have access, so probably the best idea is to watch the tutorial, see if it's something that you would like. If it is, keep watching. If it isn't, then feel free to click away. So you start the game with a HQ, a deck of cards, and the object of the game is to whittle your opponent's HQ down to 0 health. As you can see, different HQs start with different what is healths, and that one is firepower and then resources. And then you gain resources every turn, and you use those to deploy tanks. You can only deploy tanks in an arc around your... you can right click to open up the information about your vehicle. You can only open up place vehicles in an arc around your HQ. Your HQ has an attack value as well, so we can attack their HQ. And then we are done. We can end the turn. Enemy's going to do the same. Deploy a T-18. And then we have... And then, as you can see, certain tanks provide extra resources there per turn. So we now have 6 resources, so we are going to place some artillery down. Then tanks can also move on the battlefield. Heavy tanks can either attack or move. Medium tanks can move and attack and also have the ability to move diagonally. Light tanks can move twice in a turn. So we'll have a shot at him. He'll take a shot at him. And the T-21 will fire. Now the thing about tank destroyers is they always fire first. And if they kill you before you kill them, then obviously you don't get a chance to fire back at them, and that's why tank destroyers are rather powerful. So the object of the game is obviously to whittle the quite a lot of tank destroyers, and as you see, there we go, his tank destroyer kills mine first without me being able to return fire. So basically what I was saying. So we'll move him diagonally. What a good tactic to do is obviously this area here is called a beachhead. Well, we'll come to that later. First, we get little add-ons. So here we have these gunners, and they will add +1 attack to my HQ. As you see, they go in that slot there. So my HQ now has 2 firepower. So we'll take out the Panzerjäger 1. And then we'll move our SPG out of the way and deploy a second one. And that leaves us 1 resource, which we can't do anything with, so we'll fire on their HQ and end our turn. So this little area around your base, your HQ, is called the beachhead. And like I said, that is where you can place tanks. Oh, they pull out a heavy tank. A good tactic is to occupy all of the slots around a beachhead. And then the enemy obviously can't play any vehicles until they destroy your vehicles. The thing about heavy tanks is they've got decent firepower and a lot of health, but if they attack during their turn, they don't get to counter-attack. So we can fire on him like that, and there's nothing he can do in return. We'll play ourselves a light tank who can move 2 squares straight or 1 square diagonally. We'll have a shot at the heavy tank. We'll drop an Su-18 on his head. And then we will play... it's like a spell, basically. It's an order, actually, for World of Tanks. So this order allows one of your units to have an extra move. So we'll use that to allow our light tank to move again. And then we'll rain fire and destruction down on top of their HQ. And as you can see, we occupy 2 squares of their beachhead now, so the only place they can play a tank is here. As you can see, they've just played and ordered their hammer strike to destroy both of our SPGs. No big deal. We still occupy all of the squares around their beachhead. What we'll do is we'll play our heavy tank Liberty, as we have the resources for that. And then again, pound down on their HQ. It's a better idea to leave the MS-1 here rather than move it to here, because at the moment now they'll have to play a tank there, and then if they want to get out, if it's a medium, they'll have to move diagonally and then out. So we've kind of got them totally blocked in here. As soon as Liberty's able to take the spot of the MS-1, we'd move the MS-1 forward, although they've now destroyed our medium tank, so we need to start thinking about that. Lay some more fire. As you can see, their scouts, they've played a scout card, which gives them +2 defense, and it absorbs defense. And we luckily, magically, have the Order Crush in our hand, which deals 5 damage to the enemy HQ. We play that, and we win the tutorial. So that's the very basic overview of the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick training battle so you can see what an actual game is more like. And here we go. We're up against the Germans again. We have 5 resources. I would quite like to play a medium tank, so I'm going to play the T-21, because it's a very versatile, very good tank. We'll hit end turn. When you're playing against people, you have a 15-minute time limit. It's like timed chess. Oh, I forgot to fire upon their HQ. God damn it. So, too busy thinking about talking. So, yeah, you have a 15-minute time limit, and that ticks down, but only during your turn. So, if you take forever on your turns, you may run out of time. So, early turns, it's definitely worth taking them a little bit quickly. So, we'll play some artillery. We'll move him forward. We'll play a T6. Now, if I fire at him, he's going to be able to fire at me as well. But I don't have the firepower to be able to take it out any other way. It's always good to have board control. Just like in Hearthstone, if you're able to take out tanks without losing anything in return, then it's usually best to do so. So he plays another Panzerjäger. And then he gets to take me out. So I still have board control at the moment. And that deals 2 damage. Don't really want to use that yet, as I don't really have anything to use it on. We'll move him up. We'll play our heavy tank here. We'll drop some artillery on the Panzerjäger, and then the T6 will finish it off. Good thing about the T6, it has a lot of hit points. We'll move him out, just to give us a little bit extra breathing room, and then that is our turn. Sorry if I'm going too quickly. If I am, just let me know in the comments, and I'll play another game a little bit slower. LOL tractor coming out here. And does a bit extra damage. Be Vigilant heals him by 2 hit points and lets him draw a card. But now we should be in position to occupy at least one area of the beachhead. We will play another T6, but we'll have to play it down the bottom here. And then we will bombard. I want to keep this hammer strike because I don't really want to just do it straight to the enemy's HQ. I just want to have it in my hand for future problems. Now that's a problem, our unit up there dying, because heavy tanks aren't able to move diagonally. So we'll have to move it forward like that. He can, so he can transition right to the top within 2 moves. And then I want to place somebody down the bottom here. Probably whoever's got the highest firepower, which is going to be the Panzerjäger. Yes. We'll play the Su-18. We'll play Hammer Strike onto that. And then we should be able to bombard the T-18 down with artillery fire. And then our heavy tank can attack their base, and that is our turn. So they only have 8 hit points left on their base, although we only have 13. They've played a light tank in the north, trying to break out of the little blockade that we have, which is a good tactic. Unfortunately, it's not really going to work because we just have the combined firepower, which just a little bit overwhelming for them at the moment. Try and get the Panzerjäger in, and then we'll play our A7V. And then sustained bombing, and unless they do something magical this turn and destroy everything in the area, this is a foregone conclusion with a win. So we'll just bombard them with the Su-18, kill them with artillery, ultimate betrayal, and that is the game. So that's a very quick overview of World of Tanks Generals. There are 3 different decks. You can have the USSR, the Americans, and the Germans. And then obviously there's research to go with every single one. I just need to find... There we go, research. There's research with every single one, and then there's different HQs and different decks, but that's something that I'll get into later if you guys are interested in this kind of thing. I'm definitely going to be playing quite a lot, and then I'm going to be trying to come up with some deck builds before this thing hits open beta. Like I said, it's in closed beta at the moment. You can sign up on the website. There'll be a link for that in the description, but at the moment I just want to bring you a very quick overview video letting you know what the game is, what it's about, the fact that it exists, and what it looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like, stick a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what future content you'd like to see for this game, if indeed you'd like to see content at all. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks Generals, and I'll catch you guys next time.